Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Tampa Bay Lightning Be a GM. When I left off, I gave you guys this question. Basically, we needed to make one improvement on these top two lines, and that would be our right winger, Nail Yakupov. Out of the three players, the two other players on his line, he's the only one that's not producing up to the point where he could be. If you take a look, he's got 47 points. Reed Boucher is doing his job as a sniper. 53 points in 60 games, 33 of those are goals. Scheifele has a ton of assists, 42 assists, and he's got 60 points on the year. I am proposing that we add another sniper to the mix and make that guy, who the heck is it? Never mind, I'll show you. We talked about it in the trade. And it's that new guy that was picked up in the draft. His shooting categories have gone through the roof. So if we go to GM options, trade negotiations, he got 20-some goals in his first year. And that is over in Minnesota. And he was drafted second overall in the last year. He was 86 coming into the season. He's now 90 overall. He's a 4 yellow star sniper. All right. He's got okay puck skills. Like they're 4.5 stars. But his passing's 85. That's probably the lowest. That's the lowest in that category. His offensive awareness is 93. Discipline's not great. Offensive awareness is really high though. His defense is quite high. The only thing that's lacking, really, is his physical capabilities, but he's still a pretty good body checker. He's going to get better in those categories, too. But look at his shot there. 98 accuracy, 95 power, and that's going to max out at 99. You know it will be. And his speed is really high. The trade that we're thinking of is this guy, Matthias Ottoson, in exchange for Nail Yakupov and Darnell Nurse. Now, obviously, Darnell Nurse and Nail Yakupov have more value than Ottoson. So let's look for a defensive player that's got really good defensive categories. All right, so there's the left wing Zucker. Their best defenseman is Suter, but then after that it's Bloom. All right, there's Jonathan Bloom. He's an 85 overall offensive defenseman. All right, he's not the best offensive defenseman. In fact, his defensive category is better. So we might pick up somebody like that to replace him. But there's also Matt Dumba, who's also 4.5 stars. And Matt Dumba's got 89 defensive awareness. He's got a pretty good shot. He can move the puck. He's a body checker. He's got decent offensive awareness. Matt Dumba would be the player that we'd ask for in return as well. So the deal would be Nail Yakupov and Darnell Nurse for Matthias Ottoson and Matt Dumba. We have good rep with them, so this should go through. And if I actually look at the value, these two players almost make the max. And these guys together probably do make the max. So we might have to get, because this is about half. Well, we're a little bit over at max, I guess, because this is more than half and this is at half. So probably between the two, we should be able to make the deal go through. But we may have to give up a pick in the go. I think this is a good trade on both sides. Darnell Nurse is maxed out. He's 88 overall. He ended up being a good defensive player, a very good player. But we just, you know what, it's time to make a move for somebody else. We need to increase our shooting capabilities, and the only way to do that would be to move Darnell Nurse. He's our big trade piece. If I were to consider another player in Darnell Nurse's value, I'll show you what that would be. All right, so here's Nurse, where you're looking at a Dougie Hamilton, an Aaron Ekblad. You're looking at a Justin Schultz. I guess we could move Justin Schultz, but I don't like him as much as I like Nurse, or I don't like Nurse as much as I like him. He provides us that offensive flair, good passing, great offensive awareness, one of the highest on the team, decent defensive awareness too. He doesn't have the best shot in the world. Like what's his? Or sorry, not Yakupov. We don't want Yakupov in there. We want Justin Schultz here. Hold on. He's 89 wrist shot or 89 slap shot power, 82 accuracy. If you look at Darnell Nurse, he's 99 and 78. So I mean, he's got the great power, but he doesn't score as much. 14 points through 60 games versus Justin Schultz, who's 27 points through 60 games. And for a defenseman, that's a big difference. +4 versus Darnell Nurse, who is -1. So I think, and they're playing the same line, so it makes no sense. But I think Justin Schultz is a better player for us. If you look at Matt Dumba on the year, let's take a look. He's got 23 points and a -3. You know what? He could be just not playing with a great player. But he's got more points than, what's his discipline like, too? Hold on. Oh, wrong way. I'm an idiot. Discipline, 75, it's okay. 92 offensive awareness. What is Darnell Nurse's discipline? 65, so even lower. So he takes fewer penalties, and he scores more. So I think that's a good trade for us. It's going to give us some more cap space, obviously. So let's see if this trade goes through. So Nail Yakupov and Darnell Nurse for Matthias Ottoson and Matt Dumba. Will it go? Oh, it won't. This trade meets our block quite well, but to be honest, you'll need to sweeten the value just a touch. Okay, do they want a pick? They'll take a pick. We have 2 picks this year, so I'm going to give them ours because we'll be finishing higher than New Jersey. Oh, wait, New Jersey. Yeah, we might finish higher than New Jersey. It has more value. All right, so our second, unless they want something in the future, or they want a player that hasn't been signed yet. Yeah, they'll take some players that haven't been signed yet. Holloway, Siegel. I'll throw Siegel in there, and I'll keep our pick. All right, let's try this one. So, Yakupov, Nurse, and Siegel for Matt Dumba and Matthias Ottoson will go through. Nope, we'll have to sweeten it just a touch. One more player, perhaps. Let's try Holloway. Let's try and give somebody a little bit higher. Hunwick, all right? So, Tim Hunwick and Siegel. Will this go through now? Not quite. We would take Leonard Siegel if you decided to try again. So, let's take Hunwick off. Let's take Siegel off. Neutral relationship still. Let's add the second then, and let's be done with this. We'll go through. Wow. But the value is just a bit low. Okay, fine. Then I'll throw in Siegel. Siegel. We'll go through. Unbelievable. Okay, Trojanic. Oh my goodness. They don't want Trojanic. Okay, then I will throw in another pick. I will throw in the other second. And, you know what? I'm take Siegel off. We'll leave him for future dealings. So 2 seconds. Nurse and Yakupov. For these guys, it's poor value. We might have to make a different trade here. Let's try it. And there we go. I'm happy to accept this proposal on behalf of the Minnesota Wild. We consider it a done deal. So we have no second round pick now. I'd like to pick up a pick now that we've lost it. Okay, Anaheim's pick. Well, who's actually got who's currently last in the league? We got time to check that out. All right, let's check. So we made the trade that everybody kind of wanted. Some people wanted Bjorkstrand, but I think that this will help us long term. Much better trade. Team standings. Where are we here? Ooh. Yeah, team standings. That's what we want. Nashville is at 45 points and New York. So Nashville or New York are pretty much the 2 teams we could trade with. They may not want to get rid of their second. Oh my goodness, I don't even know where I'm going anymore. GM options. Trade negotiations. Trade players. All right, so Nashville and New York. Let's check Nashville here. Nashville. Okay, they're second. They would get rid of their second. And New York also would get rid of their second. So I'm going to trade for... They're about the same value. So let's take a trade with Nashville. Second. What would they want in return? They don't want any picks, apparently. D'Angelo would be in that. Pettit, Cronwall, Sutton, Chase. They want NHL-ready players. So they aren't accepting rebuild. Let's take a look at the Rangers. Okay. And they would want a first. They are rebuilding, so they're going to want younger players. No, apparently not either. Apparently not either. Okay, what about goalies? Farrell has really good trade value. So does Maisonneuve. I mean, we could trade Farrell at the deadline, and we have more player with that. That's something we could do at the draft, is trade Farrell. Actually, let me check a look at Farrell quickly. How many years does he have left? He's 26 years... Oh, wrong one. 26 years old. 1 year left. You know what? The draft won't be the time to trade him. We'll have to sign him. Or trade him right at the deadline. Oh! You know what? What's his stats like? You know what? We might have to get rid of Farrell now before he's done. He might be a rental bait. He's only played 11 games. He's put up an .888 save percentage. You know what? Let's trade Farrell. Let's get our money's worth. Let's trade him to Nashville. Let's see if we can get a top pick. So Nashville or New York. They don't want to get rid of their... Well, they want to get rid of their first, but the value there is really high. And then the Rangers. Okay, let's see if we can get rid of Farrell for a prospect then. Let's find out what's available. Skaters, all skaters. Cabana, no. Philadelphia. They've got Mistel. Who's this guy? Matthew Mistel. He's a power forward, 86 overall. He's just about maxed out. No, we're looking for somebody in the 77, 78 overall range that's 4 stars or 5 and a half yellow stars. Let's see here. 4 yellow stars, Gauthier Leduc. Nope. Vancouver, Washington. They want to get rid of Ovechkin. Del Cole, nope. Let's check. We don't want to get rid of somebody where they don't want him. Anaheim. Nope. Boston doesn't want him. Buffalo would take him. McCann. Jared McCann, 25 years old, a center. No, not really worth it. He's a great defensive player, though. Jared McCann. He's got 97 defensive awareness. Not the best face-offs, though, so that would be the problem with him. We've also got this Tulola. He's 79 overall, 76 face-offs, 4 green stars. They don't want to get rid of him, and I feel like his value, it won't take it because of the cap hit. Or not because of the cap hit, probably because it's player for goalie. No, that's too much value. Calgary would. They have this guy, Harding. He's two-way forward, 87 overall. Great defensive awareness. But what's his caps hit like? It's a little bit high, probably. Oh, no, hold on. 7.3. Oh, no, wait, that's not him. Harding is much lower than that. My bad. Harding is a 5.6. That would take care of almost all our cap hit. Klimchuk, though, Morgan Klimchuk, 26 years old. No, not Calgary. We might have to just trade him for a pick. Stalin Semin. Nope. Who do they have for starred players? Bennett. How old's Bennett? Sounds like he's pretty old now. 25 years old. No, not Samuel Bennett. Not Santos. Chicago. We'll take them. They probably got nobody worth value. Nope. Colorado doesn't want him. Columbus doesn't want him. Detroit. They've got that Corbin guy, who's five green stars. Jeffrey Corbin. He's 79 faceoffs now. In the future, he'd be elite, but we don't want to trade up with our goalie. Sillinger, 22 years old, two-way defenseman, 81 overall. Great defensive awareness already. We could pick up Donald Sillinger, and he could play the third line. So let's throw Donald Sillinger on there, and then we could also probably pick up Pruden. What's the deal with Pruden? 73 years old, 6'6". He's a defensive defenseman, 84 defensive awareness. He could get there at that overall. And then you've also got this Radunski, who's a forward, 73 overall, decent faceoffs, two-way forward or a playmaking player, so he'll get better on the offensive side. If we threw Pruden and Dillinger on there, that would probably make the value be even. But the fact of the matter is they don't want to get rid of either of these guys. And what's our relationship? Great relationship with them. Farrell for a forward a top six defenseman, and then a minor depth defenseman in Pruden. 20 years old. And hold on, let me just take a look at that other guy. That center, Radunski. His value isn't as high. He's okay. He's 22 years old. He's not as close to making the NHL. You know what? I'm going to make the trade for the two defensemen. Goalie for two defensemen. It's better than a first-round pick because you're not guaranteed to get a four-star player. This time we're guaranteed to get not one, but two four-star players, one of which is NHL ready now and is having an okay year at 10 points. He could actually end up playing in the NHL and be very successful for us. So let's trade Gene Farrell, who we picked up and we just signed for free, basically. And he ended up being 85 overall and has only played like 10, 11 games this year, put up an average save percentage with 2 shutouts. Not great, but not bad either. And he's good trade value to Detroit, who their goaltending situation includes... Who's their goalie? Nobody really good. He would be their starting goalie. They got Mrazek, Peter Mrazek, and that's all they have. So for them, this is a great trade. Oh, for God's sake. Hit B too many times. So let's do that. Let's do that trade with Detroit. Actually, before I do the trade with Detroit... goalies. Not Mason Nuve. Farrell. Let's see if there's... Florida. All skaters. Is there anybody here that they want to get rid of? There's this Clark guy, but he's 5 stars already. He's this 85 overall center. Playmaker. No, not what we're looking for. Pearson. He's a 3-star player. 22 years old. 78 face-off. Left winger. Okay. And then that's pretty much it. They don't have 2 that they can offer. Minnesota. We made the trade with them. I didn't even consider including him. Pollock, who's 73 overall power forward, 22 years old. 78 face-offs. He's actually not bad. And then you've also got Joshua Hosang, who's probably about maxed out. Yeah, nope, not Josh Hosang then. Tubert, that's pretty much it. They can't offer 2. Oh, wait, they've also got Pylon. 2-way defenseman, 75 overall. No, he's not going to be there. They can't offer the same. No. Okay, it was Nashville. Well, I can't remember what Nashville had. Did they have anybody we wanted? Hold on. They had Seth Jones. What's he at now? I want to see what his overall is. I missed it. He only got to 89 overall, Seth Jones. So, not the best. But, anyway, they've only got Fleury. Hayden Fleury. Is that right? Is it Hayden? Yeah. 2-way defenseman. No, not even worth it. So, I think that the trade we make... New York Rangers, we didn't check them, did we? They got one. Ollie. Daryl Ollie, a power forward. He was the guy that was just drafted. So we could make a trade for Daryl Ollie, 4.5, and that would be the only player you get. He's got good face-offs for a power forward. Offensive awareness is getting better. He's got good body checking already at 88. He'd be a force to be reckoned with. Ollie straight up And they don't want to get rid of him. But in terms of value, it's very even. That's a tough call. That's a tough call. This will be future prospect, basically. And Ollie will be NHL ready by next year. Defensive awareness is something to be desired. But we don't have a power forward in the lineup. He could inject some grit into a third line for us at some point. They got him as a fourth line forward. And you know what? I might give him that time. We'll see. You know what? I'm going to make this trade. We'll see if this goes through. If it doesn't, then we'll head back to Detroit. Will it go? It won't. Okay, it's not sufficient at all. So I'm going to take Ollie off. Let's head back over to Detroit. Let's take those 2 players. Who was it? Dawes? No. Who the hell was it now? Sillinger. And Pruden. Oh, there's also this Dawes guy I totally missed. 78 overall defensive defenseman, 23 years old. He's closer to making the NHL at 6'5", 217. He's pretty good. Dawes, and then there's also Pruden, who's got higher value. So let's throw Pruden on there. All right, well, let's go through Pruden and Sillinger for Farrell. Will it go? It won't. Your offer is woefully insufficient. Okay, well, what else would you want? Picks? You want picks? I'll give you our 3rd round pick, I suppose. I'll give you our 3rd round pick. Will that go through now? No, it's insufficient. So let's take off Pruden. And let's replace Pruden with where's that other defenseman? Dawes. All right, so Dawes and Sillinger for Farrell. Will that go? No, insufficient. Isn't sufficient at all. Okay, now we'll throw the 3rd on. Will that go through? No. Okay. You know what? Then what we're gonna do is we're just gonna trade him for a pick. All right, so let's go and find somebody with. Let's check Detroit's pick. They don't want to get rid of him. Edmonton's pick is okay. Florida's pick is low. No. Minnesota, don't want to get rid of it. Nashville, don't want to get rid of it. It's too high. Ottawa's pick, way too high. Philly is in the zone. They don't want to get rid of it, though. We need to find somebody who wants to get rid of the pick and also wants Farrell. Nope. Washington, nope. Winnipeg, no. Anaheim, they want to get rid of it, no. Buffalo, Calgary, no. Carolina, no. My God. Chicago would. This won't go through because they're giving up a player. Where's value? Here we go. We'd also have to ask for their other first. And then I'd have to get a player that's got no value. Beach. Nope, can't be Beach. Go back. What the hell's the problem? Let's see. With too many goalies. Okay, so we gotta look for a goalie. This guy here. So Allanen and 2 firsts for Farrell. Because what's their goaltending situation like right now? Not good. Gwindon. 85 overall. They get those guys in a tandem. But it's better with this. So let's trade Farrell, 2 firsts, and Allanen. Alright, let's see if this goes through. It should. Yes, there you go. I accept your trade offer. That way we get rid of a little extra what we have right now. We'll go to roster moves. Okay, goaltenders. Okay, goalies. Here we are. So we're going to call up Jerry. And we're going to switch him with Allanen, who will be sent down. Okay, and then we also had Otteson. Okay, so there's considered 4 first-line players now. So we'll go edit lines manually. This is the AHL, I'd assume. It's the goaltending situation here. So we will dress. What the hell is this? This is Tampa Bay. We're going to dress Jerry and throw him in and switch him with Phaneuf. All right, and then the minor league system, is everything okay still there? Syracuse? Oh, goalies. I want to take a look at goalies. Okay, yeah, Hurrichanuk and Maisonneuve. Good. Okay, that's good for me. And who's the guy in the wing here? This Allanen, 2.5 yellow stars. Not somebody we're going to use at all. All right, so keep that like that. We didn't get what we wanted in the trade. I'm kind of disappointed about it, but it's okay. We ended up picking up Otteson. We have now 2 4 yellow star players. Again, we're going to edit the lines in the NHL, see if everything's set up the way I want it to be. Oh, apparently that didn't work. Coaching options. Edit lines. Yeah, we got Otteson playing that second line right wing. Sniping with Scheifele and Boucher. And then we've got Marleau playing the top line with McDavid and Drew. And guys, this is a year where we're going to make the cup. We're going to win the cup. You can't not with these guys. I mean, he's only put up, what, 41 points and a -2. But he's not playing with the kind of elite players that we can give him. Power play, we're actually going to put him in a shooting spot now. Let's put him where Boucher is. And we will put now... let's take a look at our top 6. Do we have any other playmakers? Not really. Only 2 playmakers, Scheifele and McDavid. Are they split up right now? McDavid and Scheifele, they are split up. So playmaker, sniper. What I'm also going to put is, yeah, I guess we'll put McDavid with his 2 snipers. Give him 2 options. We'll give him Reed Boucher and Jonathan Drouin. And then we'll put Marleau, Scheifele, and Ottoson on that second power play unit. Our 4-man power play, McDavid and Drouin, Boucher, and then Ottoson's going to get the start now. And you know what? D'Angelo's shot is pretty good, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty good. 99 slap shot power. I'm actually going to switch Schultz off. You know what? No. We're going to put Ottoson on. How often are you going to have a 4-man power play? Penalty kill, Marleau and Pettit. Okay. And then we've got Chase and Cashman. I like that because Cashman's got pretty good defensive awareness, doesn't he? Yeah, 96 overall. And then penalty kill, Marleau and Chase. Chase has 93 defensive awareness, 84 faceoffs. Let's just try changing it up. Let's put Pettit out there on the penalty kill because he's got pretty good defensive awareness as well. 91's all right. He can win faceoffs. He's got a little bit more experience. Maybe he'll play a little bit better. All right, guys, that's where I'm going to leave it for now. So when we come back, we'll actually do the official trade deadline. But for now, we just picked up an insane sniper, got some extra picks for this year and next year. Things looking pretty good for the Tampa Bay Lightning. So until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.